Thank you. First of all, without any doubt, in the world are existing different interests. But maybe in a large country like India, the interests are more different than in a small country like Luxembourg. So to speak about different interests and only concentrating on the national level is a deep mistake. So, then, political issues can be resolved on different levels. Only some problems has to be resolved on a global level. Other issues has to be resolved on the level of the very large Russia, others on the level of Moscow, others of a small town in Kamchatka. That the different differences they have resolved by different means. So now I come back on a global level. I think there is a need that all people are representative in the decisive bodies of the global level. That is the first step. And in the moment, in the Security Council and in the IMF, the majority of the people in the world are not represented. Russia has this advantage that Russia is represented in the Security Council. So the first step is that all people have been represented in large states by all the other regions after the example of the EU. If we have made this first step, I wouldn't say there's no problem to elect representatives of parliaments to meet sometimes and to control it. The first task of controlling a government. Maybe that is a mistake in Russia, that the government is not enough controlled by the Russian parliament. And in China we have the same. And at the end, this parliament would elect a president, and he could say for a certain period of 2 years, I am speaking for the people in the world. That couldn't be a mistake, and that wouldn't be against the interest in Kamchatka.
Okay, thanks a lot. We just learned that there are 2 or 3 international delegates who wanted to also pose a question. So if there are 2 or 3, we would have time for these questions. Please give a signal, okay? Just come here to the microphone. And we have 2 questions, first of the lady and then of the gentleman. And maybe you ask the questions immediately after each other, and then we get back here to the podium.
I'm from Bangladesh and representing Portugal. Portugal is a country of ECOSOC. So my question is, what steps still has not been taken but should be taken by ECOSOC to stop climate change and reduce global financial crisis in both developed and underdeveloped countries?
Thank you. This question is addressed to whom?
Anyone can answer it.
Okay. And the second question?
I have only one question.
Your colleague, he's standing behind.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much for your time. Sir, my question is a little bit of a political angle in the environment, and it is addressed to Dr. Zopal, sir. Sir, immense emphasis has been placed on the need to acquire environment-friendly production methods. So my question is, when Middle Eastern countries at the moment are going through developing states at the moment, so when they try to acquire alternate methods such as nuclear civilian programs, alternate to coal-powered power generations, so why is there political hindrance is there on a global forum for that? Thank you very much.
We had a bit of a difficulty to follow because you were speaking quite rapidly. Can you maybe repeat the essence of the question? Sure. A bit slower. So,
why does the Middle Eastern countries, when they try to acquire nuclear civilian programs, there's a political hindrance created by the global leaders on a global forum for them to acquire those energy efficient methods?
I think we have understood now your question. I think worldwide there's a debate about the chances and risks about nuclear power. As long large states like the United States, like Great Britain, like especially France, large states in this case means rich states, are using nuclear power, that is not acceptable that states in the Middle East or other regions in the world cannot use nuclear power. But I think on the other side, it is necessary that better than now, peaceful use of nuclear power is linked to the danger of not peaceful use. And I think, but all states have to contribute. I think the position of the United States and the EU is not acceptable as long as they accept that India has nuclear power and that India should take part in all the regulations about nuclear power. And I would say when the Western states would have accepted that, it would be easier to come to a solution that all states in the world would control that nuclear power would be only used for peaceful means and not for unpeaceful means. So I think I can understand. I don't understand dictatorship in the Middle East, but I can understand the question, if the United States are using nuclear power, why we not? That I can understand. And the solution is that all states in the world participate in regulations that nuclear power cannot be misused.
Thanks a lot. And the Messer will answer the first question.
The ECOSOC question. My first point would be that the ECOSOC is not the most important actor regarding climate change negotiation. The most important actor there is the UNFCCC. But the United Nations as such is a very important actor to manage or to help developing countries to manage climate change challenges. And the problem there is that, where is it? Sorry. I've been looking for you and I see, okay. Okay. Sorry for that. And the problem there is that we have several dozen UN organizations in the field of development and environment. And I think that this is a huge challenge. We have a lot of high transaction costs here, many overlaps, many organizations are too small. These organizations within the United Nations are not effective enough. And I would urge you as delegate of Bangladesh in the ECOSOC to push ECOSOC to put these kind of reform necessities within the United Nations on the agenda.